During the violent Crusader era, the constant influx of Europeans to the Holy Land brought about a surge in diseases. After the brutal battles, many corpses remained, contributing to the spread of pests like rats and flies. Urgent action was necessary in places where the situation grew critical. Jerusalem, with its diverse religious population of Jews, Christians, and Muslims, was a major center for people, heightening the risk of epidemics. When the First Crusade concluded in 1099, an establishment was founded to shelter Christian pilgrims in Jerusalem. It was the monastery of St. John the Baptist. To address the suffering of the sick in the city, a monastery established a hospital. Monks from the Order of St. Benedict, known for their dark robes in daily life, managed this hospital. Although the hospital contributed to public health within the city, it couldn't adequately care for Crusader soldiers who frequently fought in distant territories far from Jerusalem. Transporting wounded soldiers to the hospital over long distances was often too arduous, leading to many fatalities. Sending untrained monks to provide battlefield medical care was not a viable solution. Recognizing these challenges, Gerard Thome, a prominent member of the monastery of St. John the Baptist, founded the Sovereign Military Order of Malta, also known as the Order of the Knights Hospitaller. The monastery of St. John became the official headquarters of the Knights Hospitaller. Here, young recruits learned not only combat skills but also the art of medicine. The primary objectives of the Knights Hospitaller were to safeguard the monastery, protect Christians in Jerusalem, and care for the needy. Their motto was to defend the faith and help the poor. In line with their commitment to humility, the Knights Hospitaller maintained a simple appearance, wearing dark-colored robes similar to those of the monks but adorned with a white cross. By 1136, the number of members in the hospital or order had grown significantly. With the acquisition of new castles and territories, it officially transformed into a military order. The Knights Hospitaller became a formidable presence on the battlefield, both providing medical aid to wounded soldiers and fiercely battling Saracen armies. One of the pivotal battles featuring the Knights Hospitaller occurred during the Third Crusade at Arsuf. King Richard the Lionheart found himself facing a daunting challenge against Sultan Saladin's numerically superior army, composed primarily of light cavalry and mounted archers. The Knights Hospitaller, initially positioned at the rear of King Richard's forces, were primarily engaged in tending to wounded soldiers. Recognizing the potential dire outcome of the battle, the Knights Hospitaller made a bold move. Abandoning their original position, they launched a surprise attack while rallying under the war cry of St. George. This unexpected assault caught the Saracen army off guard, forcing them into retreat and enabling the remaining Crusaders to regroup for a counterattack. After the battle, King Richard the Lionheart lauded the bravery of the Knights Hospitaller, further underscoring the significance of their order. Around 1278, the Knights Hospitaller began to wear the color red in their battle tunics. It was a color used mainly by the leaders of the order. After 1530, the hospital or order established itself on the island of Malta, south of the island of Sicily. They remained in Malta until 1798, when they were forced to leave the island after an attack by Napoleon Bonaparte. While the French emperor was on his way to Egypt, Napoleon deceived the Grand Master who commanded the island's castle, saying he only wanted to replenish the provisions of his ships. But when they landed, Napoleon's troops attacked the knights. The survivors were expelled from the island. The hospital or order also had a strong presence in Portugal. Some members were part of the nobility and even members of the Portuguese royal family. The Brazilian emperors Pedro I and Pedro II were part of the Order of the Knights Hospitaller. Finally, the order moved to Rome, where it is still active today. The Order of the Knights Hospital no longer does military training. Its work is focused on healthcare, maintaining good relations with the governments of several countries. The hospital or order still maintains properties such as a military fortress on the island of Malta, a castle on the island of Rhodes, as well as churches and some emergency rooms spread throughout Europe. The incredible story of the Knights Hospitaller has not yet come to an end. The members of the order traded the fight on the battlefields for the noble purpose of saving lives.